Thank you, sorry. Hi. Thank you. He's so sweet. I feel like I should dance. What are we gonna do? Oh my gosh. I know, the DJ. Give it up for the DJ. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm on fire. I was putting out a big fire outside. How many of you guys can relate? Right? Thank you guys so much for having me, and I'm so sorry that my schedule got a little, I don't know, I flew from Orlando just to come and see you guys, you know? Mike, she asked me, can you come? I was like, I think I could be there on time. I was like, I don't know, it just depends on Southwest, but we made it here. How's everyone doing?
Wait, we're doing great. Hey, Corey, we were dancing, and we totally missed it.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I wanted to come and hang out. I heard Brent Gove was in the house.
He was here.
That's a hard act to follow. So what are we doing today? Let's see. We're gonna just talk about we're growing some organizations.
Yeah. So really, the focus is agent attraction. We'd love to hear your story. I want to just do a brief introduction. I mean, for those of you that have been following Veronica, she is one of the top attractors. She has quickly gone to the top with EXP. Guys, do you see how many transactions she does? Over 1,000 transactions. So some of you guys have been reaching out to me like, oh, it's so hard. I can't do attraction and I can't do sales at the same time. On top of that, well, we had dinner just a little over a month ago. She's like, I hit 1,500 agents. And I put 1,500 agents on the slide. She's like, no, it's 1,600 agents now. She is growing so incredibly fast while still running a team in Orlando, go between Orlando and Puerto Rico. And so, Veronica, just love for you to share your story and how you really balance the two.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I have to be really honest with you guys. I am always going to come from a place of authenticity and just realness, right? So I was outside, someone called, and they were just telling me about a situation that happened that wasn't pleasant, you know, and I love real estate. I absolutely love the industry, and I've poured everything that I have into this industry. Raised my 5 kids. I have 5 kids. My husband's over there. He's my partner. We have a blended, beautiful family, and we have been grinding for the last 16 years, day in and day out. I think I missed a lot of recitals, baseball games, you name it, all the things that really matter in our lives, right? Because I was chasing that next deal. And being out there today, after I had made a commitment to be here and having to put out a fire that was like the house was burning down. It wasn't really, but in the eyes of clients, you know, it's burning down. I'm like, gosh, man, it's sexy to sell 1,000 homes, but it's a lot more sexier to service 1,600 partners, right, and help them build their business than to deal with, you know, those type of calls. They happen, and it's real estate, but like, you know, when I was out there, I was thinking while I'm on the call, like, I want to get in that room and I want to go work with some builders. I want to get in that room and talk to how we can build massive businesses. I'm really not excited about this call that I'm having to deal with that, you know, I'm getting one of those calls from a past client who's dealing with someone on my team and they didn't give the level of service that maybe perhaps they experienced when I was in the grind. You know, and I share that with you because as we're building this, people are like, oh my God, you're selling 1,000 homes. And, you know, I was talking to Curtis Dixon and he's like, all right, so tell me the truth. How sexy is it to sell 1,000 homes? I'm like, bro, it is difficult. It is a lot more sexier to work with like-minded individuals, people like you guys who are committed to growing their business, who are building their future, who are just, of course, we sell homes. But this part here is the hard part of my business. That is the part that is just like, somehow I decided to just be this market dominator, and it comes with a lot of responsibility. So I apologize to you guys for having to put out that fire, but it's real, right? Let's talk about how real that is. You know, I always tell agents, you want to grow your business, just say you're going to go on vacation and all of a sudden your phone blows up. Everybody's got a priority in their life. But I think the reason I'm telling you this is because I think at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build our freedom, right? There is this thing in real estate where we're grinding, but yet we don't get to enjoy our business because other people control us in real estate, right? When we're in the transaction. Now, I am pro-production. Don't get that, I don't want to confuse that. I am so pro-production. But I also know, and I think this is a cliche we're starting to hear a lot more, I don't remember the last time we went to a real estate retirement party, right? And it's just like we just keep on getting deeper and deeper and deeper into it. If there is a way that we can leverage and a way that we can build teams or a way that we can really, really build our business to where we're not trapped to those burning buildings that are not really burning buildings, then I'm all in for that. That's what I want to build. And that's why I want to be here with you guys. I want to talk a little bit about what you can do to build your business, your organization, and this belief that people have that it's too late, or you had to have come in at the beginning, or you had to be at the top. I've been at this company for 25 months. 25 months. And what it has done for me in 2 years has been more than what real estate has ever done for me in 16 years. I am more profitable. I'm fulfilled. I am living the dream in 2 years. And my husband's my witness. 16 years in the grind prior to that, I don't think we could ever wake up thinking we're okay. It wasn't until this moment that EXP came into our lives and we were surrounded by like-minded leaders, people who understood how to build businesses, people understood what we can do if we lift each other up. Like Glenn said the other day when we were in Dallas, this is the one organization where we take away the me and we make it about the we. And it's the first time that I can say I am living in true success and abundance where I don't have to chase that one next deal that can determine what my future is going to be. So I just wanted to break the ice with that because that's the real reality of a lot of real estate agents. And I was one of them. No matter how successful we looked in our market, there were a lot of pain points in our world and our business. And I'm here today to share with you guys how we joined 25 months ago, and today we have over 1,600 partners and growing. I retired my parents. I bought my mom a house right here in Puerto Rico.
Let's give her a round of applause.
I'm trying to think, what else did we do? We also bought a beach condo. We're neighbors with our dear friends here, Branko, Micah, everybody, Jean Frederick, and now we're buying another home as well in Puerto Rico, and we leave half the time here. And a lot of people say to me, how do you do it? How do you walk away from Orlando and your business and still do this? Well, because we have amazing partners. And how I did this, you want to know how we did it?
Absolutely. Who wants to know how she did it?
So it's really simple. We don't play small. We are all gas, no brakes. And one thing that I notice about the agents who are succeeding in this company is we're not secret about this company. We're passionate about it. We're consistent, and we're committed. And what does that look like? We're sharing the opportunity with people. We're sharing better stories. We're sharing better testimonials. We are on video. We are giving value, content, consistently, even the days that we don't want to show up. We're still doing it. And that has truly been the formula. If you follow me on social media, you'll know I'm proud EXP. If you follow me on social media, you know, I can help you believe in yourself. You just got to put in the work. I'm going to do video because my coach says this, my crappy video will outperform your non-existent video all day long. Okay? So if you are worried about what you look like, you should be more worried about the fact that if you don't do this, what's going to happen to your family? If you're not willing to put in the work and sacrifice yourself, what's that going to do to your family? What's the story you're going to tell them? And these are the things that I just don't understand when agents sit here and say, but I can't do this, or it's not possible for me. You mean to tell me that changing your family's life and trajectory that you have the control to do, you're going to give them an excuse because you don't have makeup on, or you think you're not good enough, or you think that you don't have the information? It's a bunch of BS that we're telling ourselves. I need you to walk away here today ready to change your life, ready to change your destiny, ready to go out there and help more agents get out of the rat race. And if you feel that you don't have the production, or maybe you don't have the success story, leverage your upline, leverage your partners, get on their calendar, interview them. If you haven't started your show, that's right, I'm talking about a show on YouTube or on Facebook, start today. Commit. You should be interviewing every top producer in your market, edifying them, not EXPing them to death, edifying them, learning about their business, learning what's working, learning what you could be doing, and just making a difference in their business. It's just so powerful what you can do when you edify others. And you know, it's just what you should be doing and how everything is going to change in your business the minute you stop making this about your excuses and the minute you start making this about others. And people will join you. They join people. They don't join companies. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see you guys transform your business. And I'm here to deliver. I gotta take a potty break, but then come back and give you something, because I realized while I was out there, I didn't have a chance to go potty. And can we do this?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this. All right, so, you know, some of you guys are gonna go back and be like, well, how do I start a show? So I'm gonna give you guys a story. When I came over to EXP, I had so much to risk. I sold my Remax franchise. I had to pay $100,000 to get out of it. I took a shark loan out because my husband and I also had to still feed our family. We had payroll. I also was launching Zillow offers in my market. I took a risk and I became, I've always been that agent that goes against the grind. If everyone's zigging, I'm zagging. If, you know, people say the world's coming to an end, Zillow wants to take over, I kind of wanted to say, well, how do I play in the sandbox with them? You know, how do I make more money with them? So love them or hate them, I just was always doing things different. So they gave me this account that in order to get started, I had to invest about $200,000 in staff, salaries, signs. At the same time, I was switching to EXP, which I had to write Remax a check for $100,000. I remember my husband saying, hey, we're like agreeing to do all this stuff. Where are we gonna get the money? I'm like, because newsflash for all of you guys, being the brokers, usually we're the brokest people in the room. The reason we're the brokest people in the room is because we got to make sure we keep the lights on. You know, and when agents didn't produce, we still had to write that check. And I had made a commitment to get out of production, so it's either I go back into production or I figure out how to build this. So I made a commitment, and my husband, again, I always reference him because I remember about 5 years ago, he says, you're not selling anymore, you're gonna build the business. Well, the building really didn't feel like I was building anything other than headaches. And I made a decision in October of 2018 when we were on vacation that I was ready to get out of the rat race and I was done. And I knew at that moment, if I said yes to a mastermind, very much like this, that I was walking into the lion's den. I was like, I'm gonna go to an EXP event with people that I actually absolutely admire, and why am I to go? I'm trapped in a franchise. And I remember Tony said to me, if you want to do this, you have to figure out a way to do this. If there's anyone that I know that can do it, it's you. If it wasn't for my husband giving me that reassurance, I wouldn't be here today at EXP. But he said, and it wasn't that easy. It was 9 months of having to figure out, well, I still have like 3.5 more years in my franchise. There's no way I can do this. But something inside me said, I'm gonna find a way. I ended up selling my franchise to one of my top producing agents in my market. And that next dream, their next progression was the dream of being a broker. And they bled red, white, and blue. And to this day, I can drive by that office. It was an office I started, and I'm glad the vision was still there. It works for them. We'll talk about when the renewal paper period comes up. But no, just to kind of share with you is like, it wasn't easy. I could have given up. I had 9 months to think about it. 2 attorneys, a lot of distractions, and you know that buyer's remorse, you're like, I have every reason to not do this. But I had also every reason to do this. It was like, what could go wrong? So I took the loan shark out. I don't even know how much I paid. It was just one of those, just give me the money, I'll figure it out. I don't know how I'm gonna pay you back, but I'm gonna figure it out. And we were making money, but making money to pay the bills, making money to survive, making money to be able to sustain your lifestyle, but not really making money. Does that make sense? How many of you guys know agents and brokers like that? That we gotta go out there and help them. And when I made the decision, and it was June 5th, 2019, I still remember that moment. I closed on my RE/MAX franchise June 4th at 11:45 p.m. And EXP shareholders was in Orlando June 5th. Actually, it started on the 4th, and they were waiting for me. And I said, I can't go because I haven't officially closed. And my attorney, to this day, he's still my attorney. I like him a lot. I should pay him more. He went, met us at a restaurant, signed the documents, and my husband and I, we live in Orlando, and the event was in Orlando, so we drive over to shareholders. There's a funny story, I promise I'm going somewhere with this. To the Shingle Creek, which is about 35 minutes, 40 minutes away from where we live, and we were exhausted. There were parties going on. I'm like, I'm not ready to show my face. Inman had written an article that was an embargo. They were holding it while EXP was like, okay, this RE/MAX person is coming over with 17 people. So I wake up that morning just thinking, I'm gonna be at EXP today. Little did I know that it was gonna change my life forever. I wake up, I get a text message that I needed to be backstage at 11:30. I had no idea why. I was like, oh my God, they're kicking me out on day one. I was like, I'm already in trouble. And, I go to get dressed, and I look at my husband, and I say, babe, I forgot my shoes. And again, Tony's the hero of this story. If you guys aren't seeing a theme here, he runs to the mall, he gets me shoes, he comes to the back of the stage, and he finds me. I have to put my shoes on, and here I am in front of Glenn Sanford, and I'm given a script to practice in 5 minutes, and saying the lights are gonna be off, we're in your hometown, and when the lights go on you, we need you to say, today is my first day at EXP. Welcome to shareholders. And when that happened, I knew I had made the best decision in my life. It was like all the weight of the last 9 months had been taken off of my shoulders, and I had found my home. And I have never looked back. This company removed so much burden off my shoulders. It was the best day of my life, the day I said, I'm no longer the broker. It was the best day of my life, the day I said, I get to build with others. I'm not doing this alone. The reason I share this with you is because there are so many people in your market that are lonely, that need you to show up, that need people to grow with. They're just afraid to tell you. They just don't know that you care enough to listen. And that's what my sponsor did. And my sponsor will tell you, I never sold as many homes as Veronica. I never outperformed her. Actually, we were competitors in each other's market. And for 10 years, we never talked to each other. Both of my sponsors, because I'm kind of sandwiched in between two people, we were all arch nemesis competitors in our market. And it wasn't until the moment we set our egos aside, opened our hearts, sat down and talked about real life and what we want for our families, for our wealth, for our happiness, for our marriages, for everything, our finances, and dreaming, that we said, we have a lot in common. So when you start your show, or you start edifying people, or you start making friends with realtors, see, the world I used to live in, realtors didn't like each other. We all looked at each other as if we were competitors. But the world I live now, we love everybody. We love every realtor because we've checked our ego at the door. And then that limited belief that we had, and you know what I'm talking about, they'll never come, right? The limited belief that say, they're a no. They're a hard no. You're saying no for them before they even can say no for you, to you. Why? Why are we doing that? Can I tell you that of the 4 people that I took to build, all of them are signing an LOI and coming over? And as a result of that event, 6 other people raise their hand and say, I want in on the fun. Big decisions happen at big events. Your mentors, your leaders have told you that. The other thing is, stop saying no for them. You can't make that decision for them. Actually, it is irresponsible of you to make that decision for them. It should be yes. And if it's no, it's just no, not right now. Because we haven't shown them enough value, or we haven't earned the opportunity to invite them to see it. They might see it, but they don't see it. You know the difference that once you see it, you can't unsee it? So it's kind of like that movie, which is the one where they want you to whatever, they open your eyes. They're like, look, you know what I'm talking about. Sandra Bullock's in it. Is it Bird Box? Bird Box. Open your eyes, you want to see it. We want everyone to see it. But sometimes they're not ready to see it. And you have to be okay with it. You need to be the leader they want to follow before you're officially their leader. It's the philosophy of the broker. Be their broker before you're their broker, right? Bring them the value. You guys have some of the most amazing leaders. I mean, what your group has done, what what I call, we're all cousins in the business, right? You can leverage all of us, Brent, Jean, everybody who pours into each other. All we have to do is just become really good inviters and just learn to edify people. It's so beautiful. And people just say, hey, so today, guess what? I know someone's celebrating 9-year anniversary. I've got an edible arrangement going to their house. I know their broker ain't sending them that. Guess what? They just hit record-breaking month. I'm sending them a plaque because I know their broker's not doing it. Because I'm ready to be the leader for them before I'm their leader. I'm ready to pour into them before I have an obligation to pour into them. It's the little things like that that make you someone people want to align with. We have a suite back in Orlando for soccer. Come to the game. We're all the EXP people. I don't want you to come to the game because of EXP. I just want to get to know you. As a matter of fact, I want to get to know if I want to be in business with you. Because we don't have to say yes to everyone. And I let people know, I'm like, I'm not trying to recruit you. But if you slip up, I might. If you open that door, I might just recruit you. But actually, no. I could joke around with it. But what I say to them is, here's what I know. When top producers get together and we bring a meeting to the minds and we dare to collaborate and share, I don't care what company you're with. We're both going to walk away stronger, smarter, and making the industry better. Fair enough? Is it fair enough to say that if we strip the limited belief, we leave the brands at the door, and we just focus on making each other better professionals, we'll find value? I'm not a taker. I'm willing to give something in this relationship. What do you want? You want my listing presentation? I've sold 1,000 homes. I think I can help you with a few things. You want maybe to hear our script? You want to come to one of our trainings? Pick our stuff apart. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Because we're not perfect. Most people aren't willing to put themselves out there like that. That's what we do. And it's simple things. Simple yet not easy, because most people can't get out of their own way. And they're like, they're going to say no. They're going to think I'm trying to recruit them. Well, am I allowed to curse? No shit. Yes, I'm always recruiting buyers, sellers, agents, vendors. I'm always in recruiting mode. It's not a bad word. It's actually the lifeline of real estate. Do you need more buyers and sellers? Shouldn't you be in recruiting mode with buyers and sellers? Absolutely. So it's no different with what we're doing, but we have to earn the right. The same conversation that I had out there, that was a fire, that they want to fire 2 of our agents, is the guy also said at the end of the conversation, I said, what do we got to do to make this right? And you know my work ethic. He says, I just want to work with you, Veronica, because I know what I can expect from you. So think about this. So maybe the EXP agent who vomited EXP, or maybe the EXP agent that had the bad reputation in our market, because those exist. Would you agree? Some people maybe didn't have the right story or share the right opportunity. Hey, can we agree that not everyone's perfect? Can we agree that not everyone gave the correct value proposition for EXP? I'd love for you to see and experience what we're doing over here differently. You're right. No one should have shoved revenue shared down your throat. No one should have shoved stock down their throat if that's not important to them. But maybe because of what you're able to show them, they'll give it another chance. So if they said no once, it doesn't mean they're going to say no always. Or if they came, how many of you guys know that people come back too? People come back.
There's several in the room.
Yes, you're a testimonial. I have someone who's onboarding today who would go online and publicly say how much he hated EXP. And now he's saying, well, I guess I'm going to be a good testimonial. I'm like, you bet you are. I was like, I can't wait to go live on that one. And then when you bring someone on, are you making a big deal about it? Are you guys sharing it? And it's not blasting EXP. It's edifying their journey. Do you know how hard it is for people to make the decision to change their real estate business? You guys have been there. It's stressful. I would put it up there, as crazy as it is, of wedding, buying a house, funeral, like things like that. It's emotional. How many of you guys lost sleep when you were thinking about making a change? Anxiety, right? Stress, worry about what people were going to think. Well, put yourself in their shoes. So these are the things. But if you can paint a different story and make it about, hey, them, I can't tell you how many times people call me and say, hey, I saw that video of, Bobby coming over. I loved hearing his story. I loved hearing about what it took and how you guys connected and bonded. How many of you guys are doing those stories? That is in itself attraction. Now, how many of you guys have seen the stories like, EXP's the best, EXP's the only way, EXP, shove EXP. Well, I mean, when that's the only value proposition, we're all just no different than any other brand. It's the people. So I always tell people that I talk to, that I coach, you are not the hero. You are the guide. They are the hero. So if you can make them the hero of the story, you are the guide telling the story. So we've got to be better storytellers. We've got to be better storytellers that we can share where they were, what they were feeling, what they felt when they were making the decision, what some of their fears were, because you're going to touch the hearts of other people who are in the same position and they need to relate to someone else. And this isn't sending a screenshot of Branko's rev share. That's not how we touch the hearts of people. I mean, you might motivate a couple of people off of that, but yes, it's exciting. Yes, we know that. But the majority, that's too far-fetched. The majority want to be a part of something very simple, community. They want to feel like they belong. They want to feel like they have a place to call home. And most people want to know they can grow their real estate business. So that's what we focus on. How can I help you grow your real estate business? You want to talk to me about EXP? Nope, I just want to talk about growing your real estate business. How can I help you grow your real estate business? If I told you that I can get you on the phone with GoGo, who can help you build your social media platform, would that be valuable to you? No strings attached. You sure? I see her stuff everywhere. Yeah, she's a personal friend of mine. You want me to get her on the phone? Really? Yeah. If I could show you how you could buy more investments properties, can I put Micah or, can I put you guys on the phone? Oh my God, yeah, I don't know how to get funding. I want to get a commercial. Okay, I'm a really good connector. I always act like I don't know anything, but I know people who know things. So you've got to be better at that. Edifying your upline. Edifying the people who have built massive businesses. Don't go on these calls alone. You want to do the third-party validation. I'm sure you guys already talked about this. This is the secret sauce to this. And it's not a secret. They tell us this all the time. We just don't do it. How many of you guys have gone on a phone and you didn't call your upline? You got on a call and didn't call your upline? No alligator hands. I want them up real high. I need you to commit today that you won't do that again. Third-party validation calls are power. Here's the thing. How many of you guys say, I just don't want to bother them? I think they might be too busy. Go ahead. One honest person in the back of the room. Thank you. We're never too busy to help you grow. We're never too busy to help you grow your business. Ask my husband how, I'm like, I got to call. My partners are calling. They need my help. But on the other side is multiple people's futures, not just one person's future. So we have a vested interest in your success. As we grow an organization, as you grow your organization, you're going to do the same for others. And when you go on these calls, it's not you talk about how great you are, how great, it's edify your upline, let them do the work. Then we hang up. Before we hang up, we're planning next steps. What are we doing next? How many of you guys have done a call and you just all right. Why even bother? You have to set up the next step. All right, so what's next? You have to grow, you have to develop that stamina to not be afraid to ask for the next step. All right, so what's next? Should I send you the LOI? Are you ready to send the join lap? Or what do we need to do? You have additional questions, and I can go ahead and get more people to answer these questions. Or should I follow up with you in 6 months? I always ask, what's next? Because your time is valuable, my time is valuable. It's like a listing appointment. These are great listing appointments. It's like sign here, or when are we listing your house? We're not ready to get it ready? Okay, so we're gonna follow up over the next quote. We're gonna remodel the bathroom, we're gonna remodel this, we're gonna remodel this. In the meantime, okay, we're gonna go ahead and start seeing what you need to do to get you transitioned over. And you always go in assuming that the answer is yes, but knowing that it might be not right now. That is how I have built this. And I'll tell you this, the more calls you get on, the better you'll get. So you need to fall in love with the word no. Fall in love with the word no. If they say no, it just means not right now. So when people say, Veronica, I'm not ready, man. I'm like, okay, well, let's get you ready. I am the ultimate optimist when it comes to this. It just means not right now. Because it took me actually, babe, how long did it take us? 2 years. Some people take a while to reel them in. And you're not reeling them in. You got to understand their position. They have to be important enough to you for you to respect that. What's the longest person it's taken you to bring over?
Where's Smoothie? My husband, 5 years.
5 years. I wouldn't want to be in that household right there. I'm sure what those conversations were like.
I would say he's my worst recruit.
You know, but look at him now. I mean, this guy will sell ice to an Eskimo. I want him on my third-party validation calls all day long. I mean, like, he's always happy. He's just a straight shooter and just is smart and brilliant and successful. Who wouldn't want him to be the third-party validator? Because I don't even know how you would say no to him. Like, no? Because the guy's like smiling the whole time and like shaking his head. I'm like, I guess I'm signing up? But my point is, huh?
It's the dimples, that's what got me.
I mean, it's just like, he's like, and he's facial expressions. So I'm like, okay, I guess if you're shaking your head, I guess I got to say yes. Okay. So like, my point is, these things take time, but it is so possible and it will explode. So, you know, yes, we run a large team. And yes, you know, we sell a lot of homes, but I think what I'm most proud of is the amount of agents who are stepping out of their comfort zone and finally taking control of their business and knowing that there is so much more to this. You know, there's so much opportunity out there. And what I think I'm most excited about is that we all have the same equal opportunity. No matter what people believe, we all have the same ability to go out there. Brent, Jean, they're my idols, by the way. I love them all. Sheila Fajeron, everybody that we all get to call our partners and our founding pioneers. That's what I call them. But they're giving us the roadmap. They're telling us exactly what to do. Look at AJ Mita. I mean, Maida. Is it Maida? I say Mita because I'm Puerto Rican. You know, like, he says it. I just followed Uncle G's formula. How many of you guys are carving out every Friday, Freedom Friday? Show of hands. 2 honest people in the room. All right, great. You have to carve out time for this. Your prospecting time here is you're prospecting for the future. Your real estate business, if you need, obviously because we need to do the now business, we can balance this. So it's 3 hours of prospecting. 1 is for your future. The 2 is for, I don't know what your standards are, what you encourage people to do, but you can't dedicate 5 hours a week to this if you knew that on the other side of it was freedom. I mean, freedom that is, what does freedom look like to people? Different. I was just on a phone with one of my agents that she's amazing. She just had her baby. She's making $10,000 a month passive. That's not bad. That's great money. She had her baby. She could take off I think she took off 12 weeks. And she says, Veronica, I never thought I would be able to be in this position. Meanwhile, there's agents who have to bounce back immediately. And those are the stories that I love to tell. And you know what she wants to do now? She wants to 10X that. So we're going to 10X it. She's got 150 agents in her downline. And her goal was like, I want to get to 200. I was like, baby, you can't stop this even if you wanted to. You're going to get to 200. Let's up that to 500. We got this. So by March of next year, she's like, we're going to get to 500. So we got work to do. Guess what? She got to 150 with inconsistent results. Now she's ready to commit to consistency. And I would ask you guys, what do you need to start doing? I want you to be honest with yourself. Think about one thing that you need to start doing that you know will be a lever that will move your business forward. And this can apply to your real estate business and to your recruitment business, because I think they're one and the same. What is the one thing you know you need to do that will truly, one thing, and I'm going to pick on one of you, one or two, or one brave soul. And then I'm going to ask you something else right after. Anybody brave enough to tell me the one thing they know they need to do? I see you back there.
Yeah, my main thing is just a consistent routine. I just wake up at the same time. I already time block, but I just like, I'm lazy, so I'm just kind of like, I'll do this today.
Okay. He's honest with himself. So what consistent habit can you implement starting tomorrow?
My consistent habit is just to
Get up at 6?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do at 6?
From 6 to 7, I'll do meditation.
Okay.
Honestly. And then 7 to 8, I'll probably work out, listen to some podcasts.
Probably, or you're going to commit?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. You don't have to apologize, man. I'm just trying to help you.
8 to 9:30, social media.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. And then 9:30 to 11, catch up on the emails, reach out to buyers and sellers.
So today you're not doing that, or you're doing some of that?
Today, I do all these things, just not every day at that time block and that. Yeah.
Give him a round of applause. Anybody else want to talk about what they're going to start doing? Just one thing. One thing that you believe is going to change your business.
I really like Micah's idea of To the Legacy. That's something that I feel is feasible for me because I love talking to people and I'm pretty outgoing, so it's not super hard to just get on the phone with at least 2 people a day. So that's one thing that I really want to commit to, my time blocking and my daily routine.
I love that. That is game changer. Give her a round of applause. So a lot of you are going to talk about some of the things you need to start doing. I'm going to challenge you guys. Do you guys give me permission to challenge you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Take that same statement and be really honest with yourself. Some of you guys are going to talk about what you need to start doing. But some of you guys need to be really honest with yourself is what do you need to quit doing that's getting in the way of your business, of your life growing, of you living a truly fulfilled life so that you could show up as a leader that people will respect. What do you need to quit doing? I'm more impressed with the people who tell me what they're going to quit doing than the people who are going to tell me what they're going to start doing. No, I have mad respect for you too, but I'm just giving you an example. I have a lot of people say, I need to start doing this. What do you need to quit doing? I'm going to tell you what I did. I quit believing the bullshit excuses I had in my head. I quit feeding myself poison. I quit drinking because it was ruining my marriage, it was ruining my business, it was ruining relationships. I quit eating the things that were making me sick. I quit hanging around toxic people who, as much as I believed that they cared about me, they really weren't excited about this new evolution that I was stepping into, that I wasn't going to let anyone get in the way. And the result to all of this has been massive attraction, because there are more people out there that are inspired by you showing up and doing the difficult things that most people aren't willing to do. So I would ask some of you guys here today, what do you need to quit doing? And I'm not here to tell you what to quit doing, but ask yourself, is it a habit? Is it the excuses? Is it the misspending of money? Is it the excuse that you're making in your head that they're going to say no? What are the things you need to stop doing that is going to be the lever to change your business? That you're worried about what you're going to look like on video because you don't have makeup, or you're going to make an excuse because you don't have a video production, when your video production is in that small little thing that you guys have to the hip that you always had. That should be selfie mode. There you go. There's your production studio. What do you need to quit doing? Anybody brave enough? All right.
Yeah, remove distractions.
Remove the distractions. What's a distraction? Give me one.
Email.
Okay.
That's always a chore. Can you eliminate that? Delegate it. Refocus. Because you want to do everything under the sun, and the more you do, the less you get accomplished.
I would rather poke out my my eyes than have to read my emails. So I feel your pain. But, it's just those things. What can you delegate? What else? Who else? Anybody want to quit something else?
Yeah. Well, I need to quit finding the bullshit excuses, just like you said. But also, one step further, I need to quit doing what's comfortable. Because I have a list of priorities, and I know what I need to do, prioritize. But then I do what's comfortable. I know what I need to do, but I'm not doing it.
So you need to eat the frog. Do the difficult stuff first. You need to do the difficult stuff, the stuff that you know you don't want to do, but it's going to change your life. Like the video consistently, like the prospecting, carving out that time, right? So you're going to get organized, but you're going to stop giving all the excuses. Stop making excuses. Stop worrying about fitting in. So those are the things that I'm saying, what I see when I talk to agents, when I coach agents. Half the stuff is not going and getting more business. Most of you guys know a lot of realtors. The problem is you have to strip away that limited belief of rejection so that you can make the call. So it's what I've learned along the way here. I used to believe that in my market, no one liked me. I used to believe that no one liked me, but I won Broker of the Year. They voted for me. I don't know, that was weird. And then all of a sudden, all my competitors wanted to come work for me. It was the minute that I finally said, this is who I am, I'm showing up, I don't care whether they say no. Everybody wanted to be aligned with us. Well, not everybody, but a good majority wanted to be aligned with us. And it was the common theme. We see what you guys do. We have a lot of respect for what you guys do. And some of them actually said, I was waiting for you to reach out to me. There are people who are waiting for you to reach out to you, and you are doing them a disservice because of the limited belief that you have that they're going to say no. How many of you guys, show of hands as I wrap up, have someone you want to call, but in your mind you have it in your mindset that they're going to say no? How many of you guys also have never asked them? Have you asked them? You're making a decision for them.
Yesterday, we did have a make a call, the number one person next to the call. Probably more hands would have gone up before yesterday.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. We're aligned then, right? We're so aligned. So this is now where we're going to declare that we are basically going to stop making excuses. We're going to start taking action. We're going to commit. We're going to do the things that make us feel uncomfortable first. We're going to commit to going out there and sharing this opportunity, not by vomiting EXP, by bringing value to the lives of others, through the stories of EXP, by interviewing people. How many of you guys know what StreamYard is? So easy to use. Show of hands of who doesn't know what it is. Okay, I need you to write that down. StreamYard. How many of you guys know what Fiverr is? Okay, great. So you're gonna get an account at Fiverr if you don't already have one. You're gonna look up overlays for StreamYard. You're going to come up with your unique value proposition as to what you want to be known for. So I'm veronicainspires.com, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I do this little show called Fire Friday every Friday. Without fail, every Friday, I interview someone. Some have been agents, others have been brokers. Brad Inman, the former CEO of Zillow, a gynecologist. Why did I interview a gynecologist? I don't know, because she likes investment properties and she bought a trailer park and I thought it was a cool story. And she connects me to a lot of doctors and it made me look very important. And she agreed to the show. Every Friday without fail. So some people are always looking for the outcome. Well, why do you do this? I don't know, I'm falling in love with the process. For the last year and a half, we've done this. Do you know how many people we've recruited off of Fire Friday? Because of the consistency. You know what people say to me? I see how consistent you are. So I want you guys to start your show. I need a show of hands who's committed to starting a show in your market that is going to edify other people, that is going to consistently interview at the same time, same brand, same logo, same intro, same outro, every week, and bring value to the community that is looking at you. Fire Friday has become something that people now have related to. Events. During the pandemic, we didn't know what we were gonna do. I had this crazy idea. I was like, well, no one's brave enough to have an event. I'll do it. So we started Relaunch Live. Relaunch Live was a brand agnostic event. We brought some of the best speakers. Who are the best speakers? My competitors in my market. That's who I consider best speakers. Put them on stage, brought my coach out. I coach with one of the best coaches in the country, and I gave them to everyone for free. My gift to you. I'm gonna share the guy who changed my life. I'm gonna share him with you guys. I don't know, we sold out. I had people fly in from Vegas, New York, North Carolina, Miami, all over. It was meant to be local, but people just started coming. Now, Relaunch Live, that started in Orlando, September of 2020, has now had 2 Relaunch Lives in Orlando, both sold out. Relaunch Live Milwaukee, Relaunch Live Missouri, Relaunch Live Tampa, soon to be Relaunch Live Puerto Rico. It's a brand that other people join because they're like, hey, how do I get to do a Relaunch Live? Oh yeah, I usually do this with my partners. Well, I want to be a partner. Because of the consistency, because someone's bold enough to put themselves out there and be different. At my Relaunch Lives, we don't talk about brands because I invite my competitors. But at the after party, oh, we're talking, okay? But what I want you to do is step out of your comfort zone and start being different. Be so bold that people trust you to go to your events because they know you're gonna bring value. Now Relaunch Live has a community that when you go to one Relaunch Live, each Relaunch Live adds people to that community. Now we have a growing community built and led by others. So the next thing I'll challenge you to do is do an event. How many of you guys have done an event? How many of you guys have not done an event? All right, events work when you bring value. Events don't have to be massive. They just have to be of substance and value. All of these little things are some of the things that most of the big growers do. And all I did was just like, there's a song, follow the leader, 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 follow the leader, right? That's what I do. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm going to do it. Okay, same thing. I'm having a mastermind this week at my house with just 3 people. Next week, I'm having another one with 3 people. I'm seeing what you guys are doing. I'm like, I'm bringing 60 people next time, you know? But like, all we have to do is rip off and duplicate. So to not bore you guys, how many of you guys are going to start your StreamYard? It's super easy. I will hold you accountable. If you want me to, I will give you my personal information, and you guys can show me, send me a screenshot. If you run into any issues, I will teach you how to do this, because this isn't difficult. This isn't complex. Have a lot of fun too, because, you know, like everybody here at EXP that's winning, if you notice, they have a lot of enthusiasm. They're excited because of the amount of lives that we're changing. You cannot build this if you're not excited about it. You can't build this if you're like, oh, well, the model this. No, man, you know, this is the best freaking model ever. And guess what? If we need to improve something, you know why this is the best model ever? Because we're an agent-owned company, and we get to use our voices to change things that aren't right, to fix things, to give our opinion, and then you get involved. There are so many affinity groups in this company. There's so many things you can do. But if you're going to complain and not do something about it, then it's just like anything else. But this is the best company because it's owned by the agents, and the agents are the ones who get to make the change, and we're also the ones who get to grow it. So my goal for all of you guys is for you guys to 10x your business, for your business to grow, for you to start your show, to become the authority in your market, to be bold enough in your market to turn heads, and people's like, here's what I want you guys to do. Final thought, that you guys get so freaking excited when you leave here because of all that your leaders have poured into you, that your mentors have put into you, and the commitments that you make, that some of you, when you go back home, you're going to have to reintroduce yourself. You're going to have to reintroduce yourself because you have made a commitment to stop the bullshit that you were doing before, the limited beliefs, and you're ready to go and take action in your business and go be who you were meant to be. A badass in your market. Go change lives. Go help people. And if some people don't recognize you, good. They don't deserve to. And those who do recognize your talent, because they want to grow with you and they want to be a part of what you're building. So I'm so excited for you guys. I don't know what else you might want, but